Okay, so Andor season 2, episode 3.
And the title is
Harvest. Time
prophetic.
is running out for everyone.
That's a prophetic word.
And you know what? This is the actual episode where we get the assault scene. And you know what?
Attempted assault.
It was an attempted assault that failed miserably, and she kicked the shit out of that motherfucker, and it was awesome.
Beat him in the head with a tool.
It was way more empowering than it was humiliating or gratuitous or offensive. I mean, you're just rooting for her to just kick the shit out of that motherfucker, and she did. So anybody who takes issue with this whole
supposed
suggested assault thing that Disney would never allow. I mean, that's one comment we got, but I've seen other sentiment along that line. You know what? You can eat a dick, man. Really, because it was not like somebody. He did not force him. He tried to. He failed miserably, and she came out on top, and it was empowering, and it was just what it should have been.
And she killed him,
and she fucked his world up.
All right, let's get past that, people.
So that's all I have to say about that.
All right, then let's get to the good stuff.
Oh, but it gets real, though. I mean, it gets really real.
So Cinta.
We finally find out
what she's gonna kill. She's either gonna kill or just keep him quiet.
Just be there to keep an eye on him.
Oh, you think that's what's gonna happen? I think she's gonna kill him.
I mean, she's assigned to him as his new driver.
Yeah.
Maybe she's there to.
Maybe she killed the old driver.
Maybe, either that or just the Alliance, the rebels arranged for her to be that, to keep an eye on him and even report back to her.
Yeah.
About his whatever.
And it pisses Whatchtrigger off because there's her other, and she had to go to a wedding and she couldn't be rubbing up on her or nothing. Just
oh no, I mean,
bitch is she is on assignment. She don't give a fuck. how many times do you have to be told?
No, because Val's there because she's
but
family.
But how many times does Val need to be told or shown that she is secondary to
the cause?
Yes. And that just crystallized it again, and she's still not going to get it. She's going to be
like we were saying, where's Cinta during this? And of course, like the wedding, the ceremony, relatives, family, Val's there. Cinta would have no reason to be there. Oh, but she shows up as
the new driver.
Kay's new driver.
That boy's dead. I think she's gonna kill him.
I think she's gonna.
He's a loose end.
No, but there may be intel that she's trying to get out of him before that. I mean, really, like
who knows? But I'm just saying.
Well, like what was his name? Corvus or whatever. The Mon Mothma's driver.
Oh yeah.
And he was spying and reporting back. And all that. And, I mean, Cinta is on the other side doing the same thing because they know that Tay is involved with Mon Mothma and the money and the...
And now let's talk about Andor.
No, it's getting thick, man.
Let's talk about Cassian.
And Cassian.
Let's talk about him. He does not listen or follow rules or anything.
Well, neither did Poe Dameron. And look what happened to him. Oh, we took out the whole thing.
No, why did you say that? Because the sequel trilogy does not count.
I know that would.
It doesn't exist.
I did that just to get a rise out of you. But no, I mean, Cassian, he don't give a fuck, man.
Yeah, but I was just like, God damn.
And well,
I mean, he had the Interceptor prototype or whatever. I know it is the Interceptor prototype because the back part of the wings.
But it's got a hyperdrive. It's not just most TIE fighters don't have a hyperdrive.
No, none of them do.
No, unless they're souped up like Vader's custom TIE.
Yeah,
had a hyperdrive.
Yeah,
but no, most of them don't. That's why they got to be carried by a Star Destroyer and be launched from there. Yeah, right. And that's how you jump into hyperspace. You can get away from the TIE fighters.
So Cassian saves the day.
But yeah, no, it was really good because the whole thing with Clea and him, and she tried to tell him,
she's telling him no, it's not safe.
Hold on.
She's like, nope. He goes, nope, I don't give a shit.
And he hung up on her.
So
he hung up on her.
I know, but I'm just like, he is not. He is.
He's impulsive.
I think he's worse than Forrest Whitaker.
Oh, Saw Gerrera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how. I really, unless there's like something outside. Well, even in Rogue One, there was the alliance was formed, but it wasn't. And I'm just glad I don't hear anything about Ezra fucking Bridger
so far.
Yeah.
But I actually kind of thought what he did was very much like what Luke Skywalker did.
Who?
When he went to Bespin.
Who?
Cassian.
Oh, yeah, just
what he did,
Yeah, totally.
When he was advised not to.
Yeah.
He did it anyway because they were his friends.
Reckless,
but also and impulsive.
And do you remember what? Do you remember what Yoda said to him? If you honor,
yeah,
their sacrifices. And just like a fucking leader to say that. Oh, well, if fuck all that.
Right.
Really, I'm seriously, like.
And that is kind of like that whole Jedi don't be too attached kind of a thing. If whatever their destiny is their destiny, but, but no, Luke was just like, no,
Right?
They're suffering and I got to go help them. And that was the same with Cassian. I mean, similar.
Yeah. No, I get what you're saying.
Where he got the, message that, there's been a communications blockade or whatever. You can't get through to anybody. We can't contact them. Oh, but just hold on and we'll see what we, and he's like, you know what? I'm not holding on to nothing. I got to go check in on my buddies. Oh, and Cyril and Dedra. Yeah. We did for the last episode, but this one.
Oh, God.
Oh, my God.
All right.
It got real, man.
So, what's her name? The mother?
Edie.
Edie comes to dinner. Oh, what a rotten old bitch. But yeah.
And Dedra just set her straight. No. And I'm not going to spoil it.
Not that. But that, like, she totally just fucking works on fucking Cyril and Cyril's on the fucking bed like a fucking protocol droid that's been shut down.
No, he's almost curled up in the fetal position.
And
it's so funny.
And Dedra kind of read her the riot act.
Yeah, she set her straight, man. Said, you know what? We ain't having that.
Yeah.
And it sunk in.
Yes.
And killer. And oh my God.
And I was right about Uncle Harlow.
Yes, you were. He is a shady dude.
Right?
According to Dedra, they looked into his did a background check on him, so to speak.
His ISB records.
Yeah, and he has a rap sheet, and it was a story that you might just not want to be telling your, And so she had that to hold over the gal, and then she says, and now you're going to straighten up and think before you speak. And all that. I mean, I loved it.
Beautiful.
I loved it.
And I thought about this.
And then that black, like, the wardrobe she was wearing. Yeah. I mean, if she had a cat of nine tails, and
really,
that was where you're going. What I was getting out of it was she was just a straight up.
See, I did not
laying out.
I was not getting into the dominatrix thing at all. But I guess that's where Eric's at in life, and that's all right. That's no judgments.
I mean, honestly, it wouldn't surprise me. Her and Cyril. I mean, come on.
No, I think
we were the dog collar and her with the thing.
I think Cyril does
those kind of people.
No, I think Cyril does the Alf thing for a couple hours, and then she just wants somebody to melt into their fucking hands. That's just how she is. She puts on this. But you just and off to the races. So yeah, I don't think it's like that at all. I want to believe it's like that.
You know what? I see that too, though.
Yeah,
I do see that too.
Yeah, okay, because she wants somebody to be vulnerable with.
Yes, and he is full on vulnerable.
Yes, but then
also
he's very attentive.
He's been so
yes. So,
and he's
been so beaten down.
He had it bad for her. So, I mean,
yeah,
she's the one who got lucky.
Yes, she was.
Because his enthusiasm came through.
Yes.
Yeah.
And another thing before we get off all this.
And I mean, he did save her life and all that. But
wasn't there a potential rape scene last season with Dedra at the last episode?
Well,
it could have potentially.
Oh, yeah, she could have been ravaged.
Yeah, so.
By all those dudes that were dragging her through the streets. I mean, really.
Where the fuck was the outrage then?
Oh, right? Yeah, but Cyril saved her before anything happened. But I mean, no. I mean, with the mob mentality that was going on, they drag her in the alley. They would have ravaged her for days.
Yeah,
left her. She
wouldn't have made it.
No.
So, but there's another thing with this that I really like about
this got real, man.
Yeah, but with the Cyril and Edie and all that stuff is that because she's the new woman in Cyril's life, his woman,
probably the first woman in his life.
But that doesn't matter.
Potentially,
but it doesn't matter.
Anyway.
But that she's the woman, and she told Mama, "This is how it fucking is. You don't like it? There's the fucking door." And if more women
stood up for their man like they should, or whatever,
and was just assertive with
their mother-in-law.
Yes.
Hey, why not, man?
Right?
I mean, because poor Cyril. I mean, it didn't take 2 minutes for Dedra to see.
Yeah.
That this is not cool. She's
and you can tell she's overly affectionate with Cyril because that she touched him.
Yeah.
And how she touched him.
Yeah.
It wasn't an over the pants handy or anything. It was affection. It was, dare I say, that 4-letter nasty word. No, well, there's that, but like love, like
like
as
genuine.
as much as she can, because she was raised. We get the backstory on her.
Yeah,
and that is completely. She was an orphan.
Yep.
Or
her parents, she said her parents were criminals and were sent to an imperial prison when she was 3. So who were her parents really if they were opposed to the empire and criminals, They might have been rebels themselves.
And that gives her
she might
more.
be the child of a rebel raised by imperials and fighting them, and that could turn it around.
But what is that?
Oh my God.
That also, that is like her total thing, like she was a ward of the state. And what did she call that place?
Oh, Kind or something?
Yeah, but it was almost like an internment center for children, which is what school is. But
no, but more of a,
like more like a droid plant or factory, like just kind of, because she acts like a robot.
Well, orphanage.
Yeah.
But also an imperial one where she was raised with imperial values and whatever else, and from 3 years old, and
she is a robot, and she is a droid. Come on, but it's great.
Oh, it is, because and that's how she remembers her parents. She probably doesn't even remember them, but that's how she is. My parents were criminals. Sent to an imperial prison when I was 3, and I grew up in a kinder blah blah whatever she called an imperial fucking
orphanage.
Yeah, and was more or less I don't know
trained,
the right word,
programmed.
Yeah,
from an early age,
groomed.
I don't know it's a
groomed for the imperial.
I would have preferred like programming because I think it's the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think brainwash would be a little strong, but
no, it wouldn't.
But
it wouldn't. It really wouldn't.
But conditioned.
That's
what I was looking for. She was conditioned through this, to be
0100
loyal to the empire, and it is. Fully, and like we were talking about her superior, the guy that believes in her and has her back and is he's invested in her.
Yeah,
and that's genuine too.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Yeah, and oh man, I just love this shit, man. It's really good.
It's great.
And So we're 3 episodes in already for the premiere drop. I'm not sure what we're going to get for the rest of the season. I've heard that we're going to get 3 episodes a week. So, because each 3 episodes represents
every Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, thank God.
And each 3 episodes
is a year.
Is a year's worth of
so we've got
time,
4 years or 3,
and it's 4 years. So each week 3 episodes is, and then the next week is another year, and then the final
right before
will lead up into the event of Rogue One.
No, we're not gonna spoil that. So
no, but that's what we can expect.
The other thing in this episode.
Oh. No,
we can't do that.
Oh, God, no.
Yeah, we can't
No. But watch it and see what we're talking about.
But once again, instruments that actually work.
Yes, functional musical instruments.
Again.
And the music was... The music is killer.
Luthen brought in a historical object that was really cool backstory, and we get a name drop of... the Rakatan.
The Rakatans.
Yes.
Which was great. It wasn't just some
made
random,
or some sequel
out of context, Rhodians or something. No, the Rakatans.
So,
no,
it's great. It's a great show.
I mean, because all their obscure references like that, the little Easter eggs they throw in, are all legit. They're not just in there at random. They're all there for a reason.
Berries.
No, and it just makes all the difference. Again, the attention to detail.
My only question is, why would the Rakatan take those?
Well, it had been
25,000
years prior, and whatever their deal was at the time, they're...
So they're what, mystical objects? Or they're just religious icons?
Okay, so there is... the one thing that I have a question.
Please.
Because, like we said, Dedra said that she was raised in an imperial kinder whatever. I can't remember the rest of the word.
Right.
But from 3 years old, and was the Empire even in power when she was 3? How old is she? And how long has the Empire been in power up to this point?
Well,
and so that's just,
because it does say, what was it? Was it 4 years before BBY?
It's BBY 4.
Yeah.
So 4 years before the Battle of Yavin.
Yeah. Oh, God. We know the codes of the fucking... Yeah.
I know. And we said it at the same time, Jinx. Anyway. No, but...
I'm sure somebody can figure that out and leave us a message. Wink, wink.
I mean... It's just... How long was the Empire in power before the Battle of Andor?
Well, Andor, you mean Yavin.
But, yeah, before the Battle of Yavin. Because this would have been...
So would it be...
If it was 20 years?
Roughly 20 years?
Then it would have only been in power for 16...
When
this takes place, right? It'd be...
Yes, so she would
Year 4 BBY would be 16 years into the reign of the Empire.
So
if she was 3...
She's 20...
She's only 19, 20 years old?
She looks like 30.
She looks more like,
27.
27,
although,
25.
Hold on. You don't know how those Imperial conditioning centers are.
It could have...
It could be like trying to be the Emperor's Royal Guard. You never know.
Maybe the years have not been kind.
Right?
And she looks 40 and she's only, 20. Yeah. Who knows? But that was just a minor thing.
But that's something...
And again, with all the rest of the attention to detail that they put in this show... that
it has to be right.
Something like that,
Or maybe she's older. And maybe that's why she appreciates Cyril so much more.
I mean, so...
I'm just saying.
And I guess you could Google it and find out, what year BBY was the Empire established? How many years before the Battle of Yavin were they in power? And
was it 20 or 26? I can't remember.
It seems like it would have been closer to 20 because Luke and Leia and how old they were, and
representatively,
yes, and roughly 25 by the Battle of Endor.
Yavin.
No, 20 years by Yavin, 25 by the Battle of Endor, maybe 30 tops.
So, tell us in the comments the date, please.
Yeah, what do you guys think about that part? And
or anything else with the episode?
And because besides that, it's killer. I can't stand it. I can't wait for next week.
Alrighty. Like, share, subscribe.